Hi, this is Rick Eimer with the Palo Alto Weekly, and we're here today with Coco Layton. She is a sophomore at Menlo School, plays basketball. This last weekend, she scored 28 points in a couple of games to get the team to the championship game in the NorCals, and then they went ahead and won it. So they're going on to state on Saturday to play for their first state championship in 28 years, I believe. So let's just talk about the NorCals first a little bit and how you saw it and how the team did.
Well, we knew it was going to be a tough game going in because obviously anyone who makes it to the NorCal finals is a very good team. But we just tried to stay calm and just trust our game, especially coming off that win on Saturday where we got down by 15. I think we had more confidence going in knowing that if we did get behind, we could come back. And so we all went in feeling pretty good. We were bringing lots of energy. And so I think that really helped us get off to a good start where we kind of had a run in the beginning.
Now, you guys are really young. Yeah. We'll put it that way. And yet you still play with such confidence and just aggressive and things. Where does that come from?
We all play for the same AAU team, and so I think that helps. We've gotten used to playing with each other for a while. So even though we are pretty young, we've already played together. We know where to throw the pass, we've just gotten used to each other. So I think that definitely helps. Also, just this year, we've had a lot of team bonding, and so we're really connected, I feel like. And so I think that also really helps too.
Oh, yeah. And then the other thing I was going to ask you about was you have two older sisters who went to another school. One was a track star, one was a golfer. I think she was golfer of the year, too, a couple of years in a row. Now, so because you're in different sports, does that kind of help you get along a little better? You don't have to argue with each other?
I would definitely say so. There's definitely less competitiveness between us. And so I think it's easier for us to be more supportive of each other when we're not competing. So yeah, I think that's definitely helped.
So it sounds like you guys obviously had a mind of your own because I know your dad was a really golf nut, and one went to track and one went to golf and one went to basketball. But is that how did you come to be a basketball player?
Well, it all started around 5th grade. I decided I didn't like soccer very much, and so I swapped that for basketball. And as I just got to playing, I loved it more and more. And then finally I decided in middle school that I didn't want to spend as much time on golf, and I really loved basketball so much I just wanted to focus on that more. And so then I started to move away from it, and so now it's just my main sport.
Do you ever golf at it anymore at all?
Sometimes, yeah. I'm not so good anymore, but I try to keep my swing together.
Yeah, well, like anything, you need to work at it a lot, and I mean that's the frustrating part is you can love it and still have to work at it and things. So now another thing is that Menlo hasn't been there, like we said, for 28 years. Was that ever talked about during the year? Was that ever a goal for you guys?
Not so much. I think we were just going game by game, just trying to win, and we focused less on the meaning behind it. I think for us earlier on when we were in our open division and playing those games, we had more focus on let's try and win our first open game. That was a conversation that came up, but not so much the NorCal win.
Right, and Division II no less too. That before they went in Division V, and I think they would do it in Division IV once, but it's still quite an accomplishment. Now you also have a 3-point shot that's pretty good. Where did that come from?
Just putting up a lot of shots during the summer. I just put up a lot of shots, just repetition. I got used to shooting them a lot. And then I think just in these past few games, it's just been especially hot because I think just the intensity, and I knew I would have to pull through. And so I think, it just came together.
Right, and then you got some great passes from your teammates out there. And, you have that really quick release. I guess that's what you kind of look for, and you worked on kind of taking a pass like that?
Yes, definitely. I know during the game, Avery and everyone, they were giving me passes just right where I need it so I could get it off really nicely in rhythm. And so that was very important too.
Yeah, it pumps up the team. You know, the three-point shot is always like a slam dunk in the guys' game and things. And does that pump you up too, or do you just kind of get caught up in the team?
I would definitely say it pumps me up. It definitely is nice to see the first one go in because it kind of is like, okay, like now I can make them. But I think it's like my teammates, like they're what really like make me feel excited because they're the ones who are like really supporting me out there, telling me to shoot. And so I think like that's what really keeps me going.
Now, last year, I think Menlo did go somewhere in Division 4, I think it was. And, the experience of at least making it to the postseason last year and coming into this year, did you guys talk about, hey, this is possibly our year?
Yeah, I think like we all kind of knew it. We'd had a really great league record. We'd been winning a lot of games. And so we knew we would probably be seated pretty high in Division 2. And so I think we knew like we have a chance to actually go further this year. Because last year we were also in Division 2, but we were on, I think, the 13th seed. So that was a little bit harder to, we had to drive further. And so that made it a lot harder. But this year we were like, we can do it because we'll probably have a higher seed. We can have home games. So I think we all knew it to some level.
Right now, the two teams left from our area in the state championships are you and Pinewood, both from the same league. You get to play Pinewood at least twice a year. Mm-hmm. When you do play Pinewood, who's in the open division, how does that make you better or worse or whatever?
I think Pinewood, they definitely push us to run a lot faster and like play to our best ability because we know they're going to come out and like make all these threes, and so we have to do our best to defend them. And obviously they're just so incredible that, they raise the bar, so we have to try and meet it.
Right, and the whole WBL, the West Bay Athletic League, is pretty good. I mean, I think 4 teams at least were making it up to the semifinals and further. So just talk about that league a little bit and how you have to face competition all the time.
It's definitely difficult. A lot of those games this year were very close. But I think it's really good practice, just leading up, playing these tough games, getting used to what it feels like to be in the fourth quarter and like not know if you're going to win it or not, and having to come together as a team and stay strong, and then, pull through and then make that last shot to win it.
Now, did anything surprise you about this year, or did you guys just go in with high expectations and expect to be here?
I think in the beginning when we were winning a lot of games, that definitely made us more confident. I think I'm a little surprised that we did so well in our league, considering we have such tough opponents. But honestly, I'm just very proud of us because we did pull through in those tough games, especially like with Priory, where we were up by like 2 points and it's the end of the fourth quarter. And I think we just, as a team, we came together and we pulled through for each other.
Right, we're talking about Priory was in a state final last year. Eastside Prep has won state titles, and of course Pinewood is going for a state title this year. So I mean, that's what kind of league you guys are in. And Notre Dame Belmont has also been pretty good. So it's rough. So you've now qualified to go to state. You haven't had much time to think about it, but have you gotten together and started talking about it?
Not yet. We'll probably do that at practice today. All I know is that everyone is super excited and they're thinking about it, and like I'm sure people have been been on max preps looking at the team, but I think everyone right now is just focused on like the win from yesterday and just feeling pretty good about that.
Great. So we've been talking to Coco Layton. She is our Athlete of the Week this week, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And if you want to find out about next week's Athlete of the Week, just hit that subscribe button down below or visit us at pasportsonline.com.